welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back. Hold on. Just want to make sure that this is live. Want to make sure that y'all can hear me. Hold on a second. This is Jacob Cast 2024. I want to make sure that this is live. Hold on a second. Just want to make sure this is live. Alright, here we go. Alright. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, to my live stream. This is Jacob Cast 2024. This is Eric. Gonna do my WWE Smackdown review. This will be like an hour and 20 minutes. This video is sponsored by PlayStation. It's sponsored by Fightful Pro Wrestling, JD from New York, Salamat the Sound Off, Just Alec, Both Wrestling, No DQ, and other podcasters and YouTubers I know of. If you guys want to see more, hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section below y'all want to see more. Now, I'm not going to play Fortnite, I'm just going to do this review real quick. Now, we will talk about the news and rumors for WWE and ESPN, and we'll talk about what happened on Smackdown. We might talk a little bit about AEW. So, yeah. Just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Smackdown might be pretty quick, so let's just do this real quick. We got a couple of podcasters here. We got No DQ. Alright. Smackdown wasn't that good. Smackdown was kind of boring.
Hopefully the other one they got something good planned. Because Logan Paul, I could take it or leave.
We got Just Alec, another podcaster. He's in the chat.
All of your fries. Cool, all you gotta do is put it on there, and now
WWE and ESPN strike major deal, and Montreal goes wild for John Cena. Alright. I think now they're all based on the matches that they're teasing for next week. Damian Priest and Out the Black, they're setting up. The Street Profits and DIY will be next week. We got Cody Rhodes on the show tonight. He returns after a huge 3-fight win over John Cena. Both McIntyre and Randy Orton are circling to be his next challengers. Also, fresh off suffering a brutal post-match ambush from Brock Lesnar, Cena, he expected to deliver a live address in Montreal. Tiffany Stratton, we don't know who she's going to face. Whether she get Jade Cargill again. Nick Aldis proposed a number one contender match that could shift the women's landscape. Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, the White Sith are all scheduled to make appearances. Alright. Now let's go into Fightful Pro Wrestling.
I had such high hopes for this John Cena retirement tour, and don't get me wrong, I am very glad he's on the babyface side of things. But my favorite Cena stuff, outside of the match with Punk, which made me a fan, was the U.S. title reign open challenge that he did. Because it, was so refreshing, it was so different.
Alright. Let's go on the Solo Monster. John Cena tagged with Cody Rhodes on a terrible show. I thought Smackdown sucked. I thought this show was just absolutely freaking boring. There was nothing interesting about Smackdown. Smackdown sucked. I don't know what it is, but this show was honestly a waste of time, if you ask me. It was absolutely a complete waste of time. I don't know why. Now, these were the four matches on the card. Chelsea Green and Charlotte Flair, non-title. It was Alexa Bliss's birthday, and Chelsea Green interrupted the segment. And then Nick Aldis made the match official with Charlotte and Chelsea. Match was whatever. It was a whatever match. It was filler. It was impromptu. I think the funny part was that I thought it was kind of ridiculous how Chelsea got hit by cake, and then she tapped out from the Charlotte figure 4 leg lock, and then Charlotte won the match. And Chelsea just in the ring with cake on her face. Now you might think it's funny. I find it kind of ridiculous and just embarrassing for Chelsea. Maybe they want to be entertaining because it's Alexa's birthday. But anyway, Charlotte won the match. We got the Bloodline, the MFTs, Tamatanga. It was JC Mateo and I think Tamatanga. They beat the Motor City Machine Guns. Obviously, they are on the game, so they use someone else to take their spot. But the MFT, they won a pretty whatever match, okay match, felt kind of boring. But they won. The Bloodline made dominant. And then Nick Aldis came out and said that Solo gonna wrestle someone. He wrestled Sami Zayn in a non-title match. Shockingly, Sami Zayn got a stun victory on Solo Sikoa, the U.S. champion. There was no LA Knight. We didn't see Jacob Fatu. We didn't see Jimmy Uso. But Sami Zayn came out. I get the feel for that. Sami Zayn beat the U.S. champion. Solo Sikoa is a loser. He been both like shit with the U.S. title. How people take this guy seriously? And why is he losing in non-title matches on Smackdown? Who the hell is booking Solo Sikoa's matches? Now, I get it, it's Sami Zayn, but Solo Sikoa is like a joke. Sami Zayn pretty much overcame the MFTs here, all four of them. He was able to pin Solo, he rolled them up. It's the same way how we lost to Jimmy Uso a couple weeks ago in that tag team match. And then before that, Jacob Fatu. So I don't know when Solo can lose that title, but hopefully pretty soon. Because Solo was like a joke. And then we got the tag team match. Alright. Sami Zayn got the victory. John Cena, Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. The match was fine, or whatever. Now, based on how the show started with John Cena coming out, Logan Paul interrupted them, and Logan Paul challenged them to a match at Clash in Paris. John Cena versus Logan Paul is set for a Clash in Paris on August 30th. I think it's August 31, I think, in a couple of weeks. It's just a filler feud just to give John Cena something to do until we get the Brock Lesnar. We don't know when Brock going to be on TV. He might be on TV after Clash in Paris to hype up Crown Jewels. I think that's when we'll get John Cena flag Crown Jewels. In Perth, Australia, it's going to be against Brock Lesnar in October. That's where the match is going to be at. And it makes sense. The only last time that they wrestle is John Cena's last year. John Cena said he had like 11 dates. So I think that's where they'll get the match. Cena and Brock will be in Perth, Australia at Crown Jewels. And John Cena and Logan Paul in Clash in Paris. Check me a one-off. Should be okay, Matt. John Cena and Cody Rhodes won the match by DQ because Logan Paul low-blowed John Cena and they brawled outside in the back, and then Drew McIntyre laid out Cody Rhodes with a Claymore kick on the announce table. So they're clearly setting up Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre in Clash in Paris because Cody Rhodes needs an opponent.
Went from 3 hours to 2 hours and somehow managed to get worse. How does that happen? I don't know. But John Cena was on the show tonight. His first appearance since losing the WWE Championship to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Last week on Smackdown, John Cena seemingly went babyface. Out of nowhere, 48 hours before the main event on night 2, they turned him babyface. And I said I wasn't convinced that it was an actual babyface turn. I thought that maybe there was something going on here, right? This was so sudden. It was so out of nowhere. And to do it before SummerSlam and not do it coming out of SummerSlam was a little weird to me. Now, in hindsight, the match that we got with Cody and John Cena at SummerSlam was fantastic. It was the best John Cena match in years. It was honestly the best John Cena match since he won number 16 against AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble in 2017. That's how far back you would have to go to find a John Cena match that great. So it all worked out in that regard, and he put Cody over when the match was over, and then we all saw what happened at the end of the show, of course, on Sunday with John Cena and Brock Lesnar. There was no follow-up with Brock Lesnar tonight. Brock Lesnar, even though he is a Canadian resident, he was not on the show in Canada tonight. And the limited number of times that John Cena mentioned Brock Lesnar in the opening promo, and it was very limited, was the only mention of him the entire night outside of a video package showing what happened. So if you were hoping for some sort of meaningful follow-up to the John Cena-Brock Lesnar thing, why did Brock Lesnar attack John Cena at the end of SummerSlam? Tonight was not the night that you got it. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer. They're going to prolong this. They're going to drag this out. There will be no match between John Cena and Brock Lesnar at Clash in Paris. Maybe they'll try in Perth. Maybe at Crown Jewel on October 10th. Or maybe not. Maybe they're going to drag that out until Cena's final match at the end of the year. I don't know. But what we do have for Clash in Paris is a John Cena-Logan Paul match. That match was made official tonight, so he will be wrestling on that show. We also had John Cena in the main event of this show. It was an impromptu main event that they made in the opening segment, where John Cena and Cody Rhodes would join forces to take on Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre, who were successful at SummerSlam against Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. That was the tag team main event that they made here for the end of this show. A main event that barely got 10 minutes, probably not even 10 minutes of match time, and ended with Logan Paul giving John Cena a low blow. As the two of them fought off to the back, that left Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre alone to fight at ringside, and McIntyre blasts him with the championship and then delivers a Claymore kick that sends Cody through the bottom part of the announce desk. And Cody is laying there dead. Now, Roman Reigns is going to be filming for Street Fighter in September. I don't know if Cody Rhodes is going to be filming at the same time that Roman Reigns is going to be filming, but this felt to me like a way for them to write Cody off the show for at least a few weeks. So one would assume from this that he perhaps is going to be filming his role as Guile in the next Street Fighter movie imminently, maybe before Roman fills his part. I don't know, but this felt like a way to get him off TV for a little bit, and then announce a match with him and Drew McIntyre for Clash in Paris. That appears to be the direction for Paris at the end of the month. Would be Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre. That was not made official, but it's very easy to connect the dots based on what they did there in that closing segment. Now, I mentioned that the main event tonight was an impromptu match. Not the only one on this show. Oh no, we had two more impromptu matches. We had Sami Zayn, who was the hometown boy, got a great reaction, obviously, being in Montreal tonight. Monday Night Raw's Sami Zayn, wrestling the United States champion, non-title. He's in the ring against Solo Sikoa. Then we got another impromptu match where Charlotte Flair went one-on-one with Chelsea Green. And I asked this question on Twitter. I will ask it to all of you here watching this review right now. What the hell does Nick Aldis do all day that he has room for so many impromptu matches on this show? He's sitting there all day long in the back, and he has a show to book. He's going on the air live on USA Network at 8 o'clock. He's got 2 hours of television time to fill. And this man apparently has room enough on the show to fill it with a bunch of matches that aren't even made until showtime. What exactly does he do during the day? Does he play cards? Is he scrolling social media? What is he doing? I would like to know. I don't know about this whole general manager business here. He doesn't seem to be doing his job. A lot of impromptu matches on one show. This was a terrible show. I did not like this show. I thought this was a terrible show. And it was a show in Canada in front of mostly a hot Montreal crowd. It had John Cena in one of his final appearances. Cena, we're almost out of double digits, okay, with the number of appearances that John Cena has left before he retires. So they had that going for them tonight. I don't know how it is that you have a show like that, and the nicest thing I could say about it is that it was average at best. And that's me being nice. I did not like this episode. Really what I felt when it was over, it just felt boring. It just felt boring. The commercials felt longer than they usually are, even though they really weren't, but it felt that way. That's what it feels like when you're watching a boring show. You notice these things a little bit more. I'm also waiting to see what is going to be the next big compelling story on this show. We need at least that one big compelling match, that one big compelling storyline. And whatever John Cena and Brock Lesnar is going to be, obviously they're putting it off for a while. Where is that one big angle, feud, match, whatever it is, that just grabs you and pulls you in? We need something compelling on this show. We have nothing right now. And that's a problem. Now, they set up some new directions. So in some cases, they're just getting started on some of these stories, but I still don't see it. I'm looking around waiting for that compelling story. Smackdown just feels like it's in a rut right now. And John Cena only has so many appearances left. He's not even going to be on the show every single week. So when John Cena is done, and he's retired and he's gone, what are they going to fill that with? Because he ain't going to be around for much longer. That's what I'm wondering. But how do we go from 3 hours to 2 hours and somehow the show feels worse? It feels like we've taken a step backwards here. And believe me, 3 hours was not the answer. We would just get 3 hours of this. I don't know. I don't understand it, but we'll talk about it. This is your Friday Night Smackdown review. It is August 8th, 2025. I am the Solid Monster. Being more entertaining than the shows themselves. But anyway, let's get into this.
It's the amazing.
We're still running the show. We just had a SummerSlam. A day goes by, he gets more and more afraid, and he thanked everybody for that. He said that no matter how much he gave to the crowd in the little amount of time left, it would not be enough. And he continued by saying that he was also afraid that after he was gone, if WWE moved on without him, which they should, but when that happens, fans would forget him. Going for that sympathy card. Of course, well, everybody booed. Right? Oh, we're not going to forget you, John Cena. Kind of hard to do. I mean, he was face of the company for, what, 15 years? It's a little hard to do. So, Cena finally got around to addressing the 275-pound elephant in the room, that being Brock Lesnar. He said there is no universe in which he ever backs down from Brock Lesnar. Is he afraid? Hell yes. He's afraid that Brock Lesnar just got himself a John Cena problem. Said time is winding down, and if any of us saw SummerSlam, we saw that he's not going down without a fight. So Brock Lesnar, when you want some, come get some. And to anyone brave enough to walk that aisle and face off with the last real champion, just know that he plans to go down guns blazing. Says the last time is now, so if you want some, and the fans finished it and said, come get some. So that brought out, not Brock Lesnar, it brought out Logan Paul. Not what people were expecting or hoping for here, but here comes Logan Paul, massive boo.
Alright, let me show y'all Judy from New York. You can chat.
Fuck the Rock. The script. This is your Friday Night Smackdown post show for August 8th, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much.
Yep, no Brock Lesnar, no explanation, just an awful show. A boring show. If we'll all free them up.
On this Friday evening, wherever you may be. This show sucks, folks. This show sucks. WWE, they can sit there and tout and praise and gloat and lie to everybody's face how great everything is because they're making all this type of money. Biggest SummerSlam of all time. It's easy to do that when it's 2 nights, folks. It's easy to do that when it's 2 nights. They just merge everything together, man. It's like one show happening over 2 nights, so they bundle everything together. Let me get this out of the way because he's a VIP, and I don't want to let this one slip through, man. Look at this fucking guy. WWE's gonna tout, glaze, gloat. Everything's great. Everything's great. Everything's great in WWE. Everything's great in AEW. And if you say otherwise, forget about it, man. The fan bases, they're out with their pitchforks, and they're out with their fucking, cum-drizzled keyboards, because that's all they do. They sit there and they type away, man. They just hide away from all humanity, and they just type away at anybody that doesn't like their promotion, man. They defend at all costs. Fucking virgins. Pro wrestling in 2025 sucks.
I agree.
WWE had their biggest SummerSlam ever. How did they follow that up? Did they do anything on Monday Night Raw? Chat? Did they do anything like they should have on Monday Night Raw? What did we get on Raw? We got what? Same old shit. Roman Reigns is out there. He gets back into action, right? He gets taken out again. He's getting his shoes stolen again. And Seth Rollins is standing tall again with the World Heavyweight Championship as his boys are now threatening Monday Night Raw. Oh my God, the hostile takeover. CM Punk wants LA Knight. LA Knight wants CM Punk to ruin his title match. Bro, a fucking third grader can write this. A fucking third grader can write the shit that you're watching on television. I thought we would get some sort of explanation. Fuck me for thinking that we might get an explanation, right? You guys remember 2 years ago, Cody and Brock teamed up on Raw. It was against Roman and Solo, right? You guys remember that, right? You guys remember that? Before the bell rings, Lesnar lays out Cody with an F5. F5 beats him up. Monday Night Raw goes off the air in shocking fashion. It's the Monday night after WrestleMania, right? Shocking fashion. Nobody knew why. For weeks, I came on here and I said, shit, I wonder what the explanation's going to be. That seemingly came out of nowhere. 1 week turned into 2 weeks. 2 weeks turned into 4 weeks. 4 weeks turned into 8 weeks. Before you know it, we're down 4 months. And we still don't have a fucking explanation. They wrestle PLE after PLE after PLE until we get to SummerSlam, and seemingly Brock Lesnar puts over Cody Rhodes in this defiant babyface comeback. He slays the beast. And that was it. That was the last we've seen of Brock Lesnar in 2023. He goes away on a permanent vacation come January when he was supposed to show up at the Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania plans against Gunther, poof, they went up in smoke. We saw him again for the first time on Sunday night, this past Sunday, SummerSlam, MetLife, Night 2, right after John Cena lost the WWE Championship to Cody Rhodes. Folks, I don't know how you think. I don't know how many of the humanoids out there operate. They clearly operate on a different wavelength than me, because I'm successful and they're not. Normally, when you get an ending like that, normally, you would get on the Fallout show, in the following week to come, you would get answers. Why did Brock Lesnar attack John Cena? Why does John Cena all of a sudden find himself in a dilemma with Brock Lesnar? What does Brock Lesnar want with John Cena? Where's he been for the last 2 years? Why did he decide SummerSlam to show up after 2 years? Why did he wait till that specific moment after Cody Rhodes won the WWE Championship? Why did he wait till John Cena's last year to show up? I got so many fucking questions. And not a single fucking question tonight was answered. All we got was the same old shit. And I'm glad we got babyface John Cena back, because fuck The Rock. Number one. Number two, I'm glad we got babyface John Cena back, but you are in the business of creatively writing a captivating story with two of the biggest larger-than-life characters that you have on your fucking payroll. What do you expect the viewer to be thinking when coming into this show? What do you expect the viewer to be looking for coming on into this show?
I'm Canadian. I'm a hunter.
We didn't need John Cena going out there and telling everybody you can't see me, and if Brock Lesnar wants some, he can come get some. Motherfucker, we figured that out in the closing minutes of SummerSlam.
I go on a farm. I hunt there.
They didn't answer a single fucking question that we had coming out of SummerSlam. What do they do instead, chat? John Cena is interrupted by Logan Paul. I have no problem with Logan Paul. I have no problem with the way he's performed. I have no problem with the heat that he gets from the crowd. I think Logan Paul's fucking great. You don't like Logan Paul? That's on you, man. I don't really give a fuck. Logan Paul is probably one of the most natural, pure athletes / heels in the entire company. The follow-up we needed tonight was Lesnar and Cena. We didn't need Cena and Logan Paul. Not a single fucking mention, not a single vignette, not a fucking via satellite, nothing. Nothing. Not a single explanation. WWE wants you to wait 4 weeks until we get through Clash in Paris, where they now seemingly have booked John Cena versus Logan Paul in one of his final matches in Paris, at Clash in Paris. That's fine. That's 4 weeks now without an explanation, more than likely, because if they didn't give it to you tonight, they're certainly not going to give it to you next week or the week after that or the week after that. They'll just say Brock Lesnar for one of his handful of appearances this year, which is probably half of what Cena has left. He paid multi-millions of dollars to do nothing, show up when he needs to show up, work whoever he has to work, and then go home. I don't understand the logic, I don't understand the attitude, I don't understand the direction of this company. And after the first 20 minutes of this show, there is legitimately nothing else that mattered on this show. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. WWE just signed a $1.6 billion deal. 1.6 billion. 325 million per with ESPN. I went on video today to discuss how, looking at it after we now are privy to all the information, I looked at it after we got all the information and said, you know what, it's not that bad of a deal. It's not. Not everybody has cable or satellite, I understand that. But more than likely, if you're consuming the WWE product, you have Peacock. That is $16.99 out the window now. You're not going to subscribe to Peacock because WWE is not going to be on there anymore. The only WWE related thing that's going to be on there right now is Smackdown replays from the USA Network. And by God, they are not worth $16.99 to consume Smackdown replays. You can go watch Smackdown replays anywhere. You don't need Peacock. More than likely, you have Peacock. $16.99. more than likely you have Disney Plus. That's another $16.99. So the $16.99 from Peacock is going away. Nobody's going to subscribe to Peacock. There's nothing on Peacock that you want to see. Nothing. Disney Plus is $16.99. Hulu is $18.99. Now that does not include live TV. Live TV is $89.99. So if you bundle these two things together, I feel like it's worth it when you bundle them with ESPN, because then you're going to get WWE, NFL Network, NFL Red Zone, and everything that comes along with ESPN if you are a very sports-centric individual. Plus the $29.99 with all that you get is not that bad of a deal when you're getting two other streaming services on top of ESPN and WWE. Looking at it head on, it's not that bad. Because you're going to cancel your Peacock subscription for $16.99, $17.99, whatever it is, and you are going to move over to ESPN if you so choose. WWE is asking a hell of a lot. Yes, I did my research. Hulu is $18.99, yes. WWE is asking a hell of a lot from its fan base to shell out money to move from Peacock to ESPN DTC, this direct-to-consumer network. WWE is asking a lot of their fan base. And the one thing that I vehemently said, not only on social media the day the news broke, but I said today on my video that I uploaded, WWE is going to really need to buckle down and make sure the quality of these shows is worth the price that you're asking for, the extra upcharge in price that you are asking for fans and subscribers to move over from Peacock to ESPN, because it is a jump. It is a jump. How could you look at this show tonight and say that it is worth the price to support the WWE product? In fact, I look at tonight as a slap in the fucking face. Legitimately, nothing on this show resonated, nothing on this show was interesting, and nothing on this show was worth it for me or for anybody else to say, you know what, I need to get ESPN DTC to support WWE. I can't miss a single show. WWE is so fucking lost on what they want to do and what they need to be. The weekly television shows, I don't know what happened to the weekly television shows. Same thing with AEW. They are as lifeless of a 2 hours that I have ever seen in years. I don't know what happened. I don't. You're going to have your people on social media claiming that JD is an AEW shill, JD's a WWE shill. What type of shill am I, man? I just want good fucking television. I want captivating television. I want interesting television. I want television that fucking matters. Nothing on this show fucking matters. WWE feels like they can trot out the big stars. This show had John Cena. This show had Cody Rhodes. This show had Logan Paul. They're in the main event. We gave them John Cena wrestling in the main event for 4 minutes. That is worth the price of admission to get into the building tonight. That is worth you shelling out an extra $12 to $13 to subscribe to ESPN Plus coming over from Peacock. On what planet do you think that the product that you were given tonight at 2 hours is worth supporting and being more expensive, for that matter, coming over from Peacock? Do you honestly think that tonight's product warranted anybody to spend extra money on the fucking product? Because I don't know how you look at it, but when I see something that's good, I will pay whatever it is to continue to get that service. Food, item, coffee, alcohol, whatever it may be. Music.
Hold on, there's a commercial.
I don't understand how you look at this and say WWE's in a good place. They're in a good place for the people that are running the fucking company. The suits and ties. The fucking nameless suits and ties. The fucking soulless suits and ties. That's good for them. But we're the ones who are consuming the product every single fucking week. This company is so set on moments and stars and being a part of the big leagues that they lost what's important. They don't realize what's important anymore. The old WWE's gone. It's gone. They want to live in the moment. They want to deliver the big moments without any follow-up, without any payoff, without anything. Because we are getting the big stars. This is where the stars play. They think that's all that is needed. They think that's enough for you to shell out your money. No, it's not. It's not. The average person, I'm not even talking about myself. The average person is not going to want to invest in WWE if the product is this fucking bad, if the product is this lifeless, and if the product is this boring. They're just not going to. How could you look at the fan base and say, they're going to pay because everybody wants to see WWE? No, they don't. No, they don't. I don't know who wants to watch what you gave us tonight. And the fucked up thing is, I said this countless fucking times, and I don't expect him to do anything because he's nothing more than a fucking idiot. He wears glasses, he thinks he's smart, he sounds smart, right? He thinks he sounds smart, he looks like and sounds like a fucking idiot. Tony Khan has an opportunity to shove it in WWE's face and do what needs to be done for the pro wrestling fan. And he's not going to capitalize. He's not. He's going to sit there and he's going to book his $400,000 10-man fucking tag team matches that go nowhere. And he's going to sit and think he's doing a great job while WWE continues to steamroll him in the mainstream media, making AEW look smaller and smaller and smaller every single fucking week. He has an opportunity to elicit real change. He has an opportunity to be for the pro wrestling fan. And he's done absolutely nothing but piss and waste away his fucking show and its roster to the point where it's absolutely fucking unwatchable. And he's got every opportunity now to capitalize on how weak WWE is and how fucking unfan-friendly WWE is. And he won't do it. He won't do it. How do I know? Just look at his previous record. He's not gonna fucking do it. He don't care. He thinks he's got a better product than WWE now already. And they have their own fucking problems. Probably more problems than WWE does. People on social media, they don't understand. Everything to them is great. You can't argue with these people. You can't reason with these people. They are a very specific breed. They are fucking stupid. They don't get it. They don't want to hear outward criticism. They don't want to hear anything in defiance of what they love. If you speak out against the thing that they enjoy, they would piss on your fucking grave. That's how fucking mentally ill these people are. WWE television means nothing. AEW television means nothing. It's 2 hours of nothing. 2 hours of nothing. What happened on tonight's show, folks? Please. What happened on tonight's show? John Cena starts the show off. Brock Lesnar, if you want some, come get some.
Hey, where's no comment?
That's what you're paying for. That's what you're paying for? We got one of the best talkers in the history of the sport, and that's all that he could muster up. What else do we got tonight, chat? We got a tag team match with the MFTs versus the Motor City Machine Guns. I said on Sunday, and I'll repeat, if I never have to see another MFT segment again, I would be a happy guy. If I didn't have to see another MFT segment again on this fucking show on Friday night, the show would be infinitely better off for it. The group is dead. The entire group is fucking lifeless. It means nothing. They're hanging on to whatever sort of relevancy that they seem to have. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, they don't understand that the bloodline died when Roman lost the championship. That was it. The bloodline died after Roman lost the championship, and this group shouldn't even be talked about as a serious threat when Roman beat Solo on January 6th for the Ulafala. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know. Tala Tonga and JC Mateo. They beat the Motor City Machine Guns, and now they're eyeing the tag team titles. Who thinks that's exciting? The Wyatts versus the MFT. Wake me when it's over. After that, Solo gets on the microphone and starts bragging about how he's the United States champion and that he's got no competition. Out walks Nick Aldis, and he trots out Sami Zayn because, fuck do I know? Sami Zayn from Montreal on Smackdown. We gotta give him an appearance on Friday night. Do you understand how you are absolutely insulting your fans' intelligence by taking yet another superstar from Monday Night Raw and having them appear on Friday Night SmackDown? You want me to sit here and just willingly accept these things? Meanwhile, they'll get upset when I and everybody else starts asking questions. WWE don't care, the fan base doesn't care. When WWE don't care, the fan base is not going to ask questions. And when the fan base doesn't give a fuck, then they look at people like me to attack because I'm sitting here with a fucking question that's as logical as anything that you could possibly ask. Why is he on the show when he is a Raw superstar? Oh, but JD, he's from Montreal, man. Motherfucker, you're having your intelligence insulted as they just disregard their brand split. You know the brand split that has one roster on one show and another roster on the other show? Where each show has its own titles and their own fucking show? Everything seems to be fucking split but the fucking roster. Titles are split. Commentary team is split. When are you gonna start treating your fans with some sort of intelligence, bro? And then at the end of it all, Sami Zayn beats Solo Sikoa for what? I don't know. Solo Sikoa loses clean to Sami Zayn in a non-title match. That's what you find to be a follow-up following SummerSlam? Where was Jacob Fatu? Where was Jacob Fatu tonight?
Where was Jimmy?
Not one single mention of Jacob Fatu in this entire show. He hasn't been seen since he lost since he lost the steel cage match at SummerSlam. Where the fuck did he go? The last time that I saw Jacob Fatu, he's jumping off the fucking steel cage on top of the MFTs, and he walked out of the fucking cage. Where is he? You mean to tell me he's got no problem losing that steel cage match where it was 5-on-2? I don't know how you people. I don't know how you people digest this shit. I really don't. I don't understand it. Then we got Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. How do they follow up winning the tag team championships at SummerSlam? They get to Monday Night Raw, they beat the Judgment Day again in a rematch from Saturday night. Then they get to Friday, and all of a sudden they want to have a fucking celebration. 2 for 1. It's Alexa's birthday, supposedly. And they're celebrating winning the tag team championships as Charlotte Flair has basically her own Lily the doll that she calls Charlie with blonde hair. And then we get subjected to Charlotte Flair versus Chelsea Green tonight because, again, Chelsea Green is Canadian. So that's how you wanted to enter Montreal. This is how you want to enter Montreal, right? One of the hottest crowds that WWE's had for the last couple of years in Montreal. We were in Montreal last year for the Elimination Chamber. We were in Montreal for, again, the Elimination Chamber. Toronto. What happened? This is how you conduct business? Yeah, let's get this match because Chelsea Green is Canadian. Nobody wants to see the Secret Hervis wrestle for the Tag Team Championships. And isn't Chelsea Green... I mean, I don't even know where Chelsea Green goes anymore. Is she Smackdown? Is she Raw? Is she NXT? She's on all three fucking shows. Which show is she a part of? Is she feuding with Stephanie Vaquer? Is she feuding with Nikki Bella? Is she feuding with Charlotte Flair? Is she feuding with Alexa Bliss? Why is it all over the place? What show does she belong to? Why do you care, JD? Just enjoy it. No. No, I won't. The last 4 weeks, I've seen this woman compete on Raw. Is she a Raw superstar, or is she back on SmackDown? I can't fucking tell. And then we get the main event. The fucking main event gets announced in the beginning of the show. We go into a commercial at 9:30. We come back, and the show is still not in the ring.
Go on now with the crap.
We're on a mission to help people feel credit, especially...
Come back. You got one dumbass. You complain and moan about everything. Yes, because I'm watching a professional wrestling show, and I want to see a professional wrestling match. John Cena's got 10 fucking appearances left, and the match hasn't started yet. What the fuck would you like me to do? If I knew there was 20 minutes of fucking commercials, I would have did something in that time. We got an Aleister Black vignette. It went nowhere. Damian Priest is out. Who gives a fuck? R-Truth is back on television, and it seemingly looks like he's back to playing a goofy character. Did we get months of television with R-Truth chasing John Cena, acting heel, all of a sudden for John Cena to go babyface, and now he turns back into babyface, and now he goes from Ron Killings to R-Truth again? They brought him back for what reason? To play it off like it never happened. But it very much did happen. They brought him back and played it off as if it was a part of the show. The guy admittedly went on Twitter and told everybody the company is not bringing him back. Oh, but it's a work, JD. No, it ain't. He comes back. What do they do as far as the follow-up? Nothing. Nothing. He's just R-Truth again. So seemingly everything that we've been given with R-Truth is now dead. Because John Cena is back to playing a babyface. This show was 2 hours of nothing. Nothing. The best part of the show was the last 2 minutes of the show.
One killing.
Drew McIntyre.
John Cena versus one killing.
This is another problem. Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has been riddled with injury. He's taken time off twice to come back. Drew McIntyre was embroiled in a feud with CM Punk, which probably ended up being, A, the feud of the year in all of pro wrestling, which resulted in one of the best matches, if not the best match of the year, with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk at Bad Blood inside Hell in a Cell. After that, WWE brought him back to television and seemingly looked to have McIntyre on a mission to take out the Bloodline. Chat, where did that go? Where did that go? He looked to target Jimmy, Jay, Sammy, and Roman. Everybody that teamed with CM Punk in War Games, he looked to eliminate. That went nowhere. It went nowhere and resulted in nothing. He then gets to the Royal Rumble, and there's a botch where he's eliminated. Rumors started that LA Knight was in hot water because of the botch in the Rumble, and it took away from McIntyre's elimination, which should have been bigger than it was. Rumors circulated on social media that McIntyre was upset that he had WrestleMania plans that were beneath him, which in this case, honestly, they were. Even though him and Damian Priest put on a decent showing at WrestleMania, it's still, after what McIntyre was doing, beneath him. He wrestled Damian Priest up until May. He loses a steel cage match at Saturday night's main event to then go away, only to then come back, team with Logan Paul against Randy Orton and Shelly Roll, and get a SummerSlam match in August. Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre win at SummerSlam. They beat Shelly Roll and Randy Orton. And now, going into Clash of Paris, WWE wants me to believe. I very much want to believe, because Drew McIntyre is one of the shining lights on this fucking show, no matter what brand he's on. He is one of the best things that they have on that fucking roster. Every single time the man delivers anything that he's in, he delivers. No questions about it. WWE wants me to believe that Drew McIntyre is in a serious title role for title contention after everything that I just explained to you. They want me to believe in Drew McIntyre in the fact that he could take down Cody Rhodes. And they want me to believe and accept and like the fact that Drew McIntyre, more than likely after tonight, is getting a WWE Championship match against Cody Rhodes at Clash in Paris. Will the match be great? Sure. Will the match be fantastic? I don't know how it couldn't when you got both of those guys in there. But it's basically the WWE formula. Do as little as you possibly can, deliver a big match, no consequences whatsoever coming out of said match, move on to the next. Pro wrestling in 2025 sucks. Everything that you watch on television, there's no sense of urgency, and everything that you watch, there's very little, if none, as far as consequences. Something happens, it goes nowhere. A match happens, what's the consequences for losing? What's the consequences for winning? Where does the winner go? Where does the loser go? Nowhere. Nothing. On to the next, because we got another 2 mindless hours of fucking television to fill. Wake the fuck up! I don't come on here and complain because I don't want to fucking complain. I want to enjoy what I'm watching. How do you defend what is obviously garbage? This is why I always attack the reaction streamers, man. Your reaction's fake. This show fucking sucks. There's no way anybody's outwardly enjoying this shit. Zero. They also don't have a fucking brain to piece together a logical thought on why it sucks. Everything's great. Ah! Solo! He's my MFT! There's no consequences. How do you believe Drew McIntyre is for the World Championship? Oh, but JD, he looked at the title and lusted after the title. The title is all he's ever wanted. Oh, gee, I don't fucking know. You waited way too long for me to even give a shit. You know when he gave a, you know when he gave a shit about the fucking title? Last October! It was the reason why he feuded with CM Punk! You waited November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, or 10 months. You waited 10 fucking months to tell me that McIntyre still wants the World Championship. He's been in nothing involving Cody outside an appearance here, a promo there. You did nothing to piece together his story for me to even remotely believe that he's going to at least stand a chance against Cody Rhodes. Pro Wrestling 2025 summed up, folks. Everything that you watch basically means nothing. There's no consequences for winning or losing. And everything is fucking predictable. Predictable. But as long as you got the moment, WWE is so fucking lazy that they can't deliver in-ring via a story. They can't deliver via creative writing. I don't know how you people are digesting this fucking show. I don't know how you're digesting AEW, but I say it every single fucking week and it seemingly falls on deaf ears. Pro wrestling is more than just what happens in the ring. Oh, but JD, in AEW, the story happens in the ring. That's the answer and an excuse of a fucking idiot. That's the answer and a reply from someone who doesn't know better. Shut the fuck up. You're a clueless hack. Story is more than what happens in the ring. The story is told before we get to the match. The story is the reason why you care. The extra cherry on top is the story that they tell in the ring that adds on top of the story that you were given in the build to the match. That's pro wrestling. If you don't tell me a story on a show like tonight, if you don't tell a story through weeks of what we get every single week with Raw and SmackDown, how do you expect me to invest my interest and excitement in what you're doing? Pro wrestling is more than just fucking graps. Give me a break. 5-star this, 8-star that. You guys all hang on fucking Melcher's fucking nutsack to see what type of rating he gives the latest Will Ospreay match. Or the latest Okada match. What are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna have absolute fucking mental midgets on social media jumping backwards through hoops of fire, trying to defend Swerve and Okada at Forbidden Door. And I'm gonna be the one sitting here. Yeah, it's a great wrestling match, but why the fuck would anybody care? What's the story? There's nothing in that 20-minute match that they could do to get me to fucking care. But it's a great match. What about the story leading into the match? Don't you think the lead-up and the weeks of television and the story and the build leading up to the pay-per-view and then the match is a better way to go about it? No, they get you to care through the in-ring action. None of this happens. None of this happens. And if it happens, it is a rarity. If it happens, it's a rarity. We have not been afforded that type of luxury in WWE. There isn't one fucking story that has felt that way. There isn't one story that has happened in that way since Punk and Drew McIntyre. Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. It's the same fucking guys. It's like 1% of their roster. But what about the other 99% of the show? There hasn't been one fucking thing that has happened since those instances, which have happened last year, coming into this year. Not one instance where I could sit here and tell you that anything mattered.
Take care of my children. Is it possible?
Things just happen for the sake of happening and because Triple H is too fucking lazy to tell a proper story. But as long as we have the moments, but as long as we get Lesnar trotted out there at the end of SummerSlam and people will be talking about it, it is very frustrating as not even an analyst. I don't even consider myself an analyst. But I'm not some dope who started this fucking podcast venture yesterday. The equipment that I have sitting in front of me right now, man, I have fully invested myself into this profession. And I strive to be the very best. And I strive to give you the very best content that doesn't treat you like a fucking idiot. The things that I say, I mean. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and I mean every single fucking word and every single thing I say on this show. If you enjoy this, God bless your soul. You are being taken for a fool, you are being robbed of your money, and you are being treated like you're a fucking complete idiot. I would sit there and dwell in your toxic positivity where everything's great and nothing sucks and the sun always shines every single fucking day. Let me tell you something, man. You know, we need rainy days to go along with the sunny days because without the rainy days, we don't appreciate the sunny days. The people that dwell and live in this community are so fucking blinded by what they like, they don't even realize what they're watching anymore. They don't understand true, natural, organic criticism. They look at me and they look at others who get mad. I raise my voice louder than somebody else. I work my ass off to get what I want. I spend my time investing my time into this shit. I pay good money not only to sit here, but to watch these fucking shows and PLEs and pay-per-views over on the other side every single fucking month. If you don't think I have a right to voice my opinion on what's good and fucking bad, I don't know what the fuck world you're living in, bro. I don't. We get mad and we voice our concerns because we fucking care. How many people misconstrue that as JD's farming for engagement? JD's yelling because it gets views. That is the reply of a half-witted idiot who can't put together and string together a logical thought to save their life. Who can't do what I do. You want to sit in your own little fucking bubble and pretend everything's all right and react like a fucking puppet. Great. Your career will be over before it starts. And you've cultivated a fucking YouTube subscriber base that basically have no fucking brains because they can't decipher on what's good or what's bad. See, what we do here is genuine. What we do here means something. What we do here has, on more than one occasion, changed not only the way people perceive this shit, but changed the way you look at things on television and the way you see things on television. I take great pride in having that one person tell me, you know what, JD, I didn't see the way you thought. I wasn't looking at things the way you saw things. I now believe I'm not going to stand for this shit anymore. I actually take great pride in telling people that when the show sucks, it really sucks, and explain why it sucks. I take great pride in having that person come back and tell me, you know what, JD, I'm not watching it until it gets good anymore. Good. Good. If I can spare you 2 hours, then my job is done here. If I cost AEW or WWE a viewer, my job is done. Because they don't deserve that viewer. until they get better, until things get right. That's what we're here for. How many people pre-ordered and fucking got suckered into buying Black Ops 6? I bought it. Do you want to know why? Because Treyarch, who makes Black Ops 6, was the best fucking Call of Duty developer that they had under the Activision umbrella. Do you want to know what I'm doing when it comes to Black Ops 7? I'm fucking not even looking at it. You know where I'll be? I'll be over on Battlefield 6. That's where I'll be. Why am I going to continuously give money and give hope to these people when they don't give a shit enough to change? This is why I've said for years, speak with your wallet. Speak with your wallet. Stop feeding into the bullshit. Stop giving these people exactly what they want. They are giving you garbage in return for the same old recycled garbage. Speak in other ways that will directly affect them. These other creators, these other people in the space, they don't understand that. The more that WWE sees, the more that WWE is going to latch on to that and use them to push how great things are. And it's really not. It's really not. Do better. Do better. Smackdown was a steaming pile of nothing. Nothing. Black Ops 3 is the best Call of Duty of all time, by the way. I don't want to hear anything else. Black Ops 3 and Modern Warfare 3 are the best Call of Duties of all time. Oh, but JD, Black Ops 2 is the best. No, it's not. Black Ops 3 is the best. Get over it. That's how I feel. If you don't like how I feel, tough shit. If you have a problem with what I said, tough shit. If you think I'm talking about you, I probably am. Tough shit. Go cry to somebody else. Show is garbage. Literally nothing happened on this show. I've been here for an hour telling you how bad this show is, and hopefully you got the fucking point. We're going to briefly break down this show. I thank you guys for being here. We have 2,500 people in here on a Friday night. Told you I wasn't in a good mood, bro. Told you I wasn't in a good mood. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. If I'm yelling at you, I probably am, says MK Pandy. Yes, I probably am. The crew in the back, Cena said that it would get scary if the crowd started singing. Some performers might get scared, but Cena says that he might have been afraid, but the crowd helped him through by letting him embrace and enjoy every single second. He said that it didn't last forever. Unfortunately, as the crowd chanted, "Thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena." He said that he's been coming here for over 2 decades, and that he had shared many valuable moments in this ring, and that all he had to say was, "Thank you." Cena reminded the crowd that after tonight, he has 11 dates left before he officially retires. Cena admitted that every time a day goes by, he gets more and more afraid, and he thanked everyone for that. Cena said no matter what, and no matter how much he gave the crowd in the little amount of time he has left, it wouldn't be enough. He continued by saying that he was also afraid that after he was gone and WWE moved on without him, he'd be forgotten as a result. Cena finally addressed Brock Lesnar. After all this that he said, he finally addressed Brock Lesnar, stating that there'd be no universe ever that he'd get back down against Brock Lesnar's challenge. Or that he would back down against Brock Lesnar's challenge. Cena said that he's afraid that Brock has just gotten a John Cena problem, and that everyone in the locker room also has got themselves a John Cena problem. Cena declared that he was ready to go down guns blazing because the last time is now. So Lesnar, if you want some, come get some. Gee, man, that's quite the explanation as to why Brock Lesnar attacked John Cena at the end of SummerSlam Night 2 as we now have Logan Paul out there. Logan Paul got booed. He got chants of "fuck you, Logan," which were bleeped. Paul said that this version of John Cena makes him sick. He noted that how he once respected Cena, he no longer, as he switched it up in his eyes. Logan Paul gets in the ring, and Cena told him by doing that he might have made the biggest mistake of his life. Logan Paul claimed that the people didn't know who John Cena was and that he did WWE better than any professional wrestler. Cena responded by calling Logan Paul the biggest dumbass he's ever seen in his entire life. Logan Paul called Cena a liar as he wanted to face him in a match if Cena was in the mood for giving matches. Logan Paul said that we would see this match in a beautiful French-speaking country, Paris, France. Oui, oui. As Paul rambled on, Drew McIntyre snuck up from behind John Cena and ambushed him, and it became a 2-on-1 attack on John Cena with Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Cody Rhodes ran out to make the save, and he helped John Cena clear the ring of Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. Cena then accepted Logan Paul's challenge for a clash in Paris, but it was clear that Logan Paul and McIntyre wanted a fight. He then threw down the challenge for Logan Paul and McIntyre to take him on, and Rhodes tonight for a tag team match. The champ is here, and it looks like I have a tag team partner. As he looked at the new WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, who said nothing about winning the title. So let me get this straight, folks. Lesnar attacks John Cena at the end of SummerSlam, Sunday night, night 2. Instead of doing John Cena and Brock Lesnar at Clash in Paris, they opt to wait 4 weeks to do John Cena and Logan Paul instead of building the...
Come on, live a little.
completely and wait. They're gonna opt to wait. I mean, I don't really see what the difference is. John Cena's not going to be on TV every fucking week. Brock Lesnar's not going to be on TV every fucking week. We may get lucky and get Cena maybe twice, Lesnar twice. We got what? Coming out of Clash in Paris. When does that show take place? The 24th? 29th? When is it? The end of August. So from that show, we got all of September and then another 2 weeks before we get to Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia. I don't really understand the logic. The match and feud that you built that needs an explanation coming out of SummerSlam, you opt to not do that and do John Cena and Logan Paul instead of doing John Cena and Brock Lesnar. So by what we got here, we're getting Cena and Logan Paul. It was made official tonight. John Cena and Logan Paul at Clash in Paris. And we're going to get Brock Lesnar versus John Cena more than likely at Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia. Now, what difference does it make? Well, what difference does it make? I need to see what the venue is. Clash in Paris. I have to look this up. Where is Clash in Paris taking place? The Paris La Défense Arena. Let's see. Paris La Défense. I want to see how many people are held in this stadium. Let's see. Capacity. WWE is running Clash in Paris. This venue holds 40,000 people. Upgraded to 45,000 people in 2024. For rugby matches, the capacity is 31,000. It's also used for indoor sports with a capacity as low as 5,000. Well, we know that's not happening. So let me get this straight. I just looked up I think it's the PAC Arena, PAC Arena in Perth, Australia. That holds 15,000 minus the stage setup, which will probably be around 10, 11,000. I'm very much confused as to why WWE has 4 weeks to go before Clash in Paris, and they're running the Paris La Défense Arena, which holds 30 to 40,000 people. And you're not going to do John Cena and Brock Lesnar there, but you're opting to do it in Perth to fill 10 to 11,000 people in an arena that holds upwards towards 15 for a non-wrestling show. Does anybody find that to be bizarre? Does anybody find that to be fucking weird? Now, who made that decision? Just based off the statistics alone and the capacity alone, it doesn't even make sense. Coupled with that, coming out of Sunday night, you would think that the next feud for John Cena is going to be Brock Lesnar. Why are they going Logan Paul instead of Brock Lesnar when the man that we got on Sunday night is the one who attacked John Cena and the man who should be next in line to wrestle John Cena? I don't know. Or am I just losing my... Am I making sense? Do I sound like I'm making sense? I don't know. I just don't know, chat. So not only do we got John Cena and Logan Paul confirmed for Paris, we got this tag team match. Cody Rhodes and John Cena, who wrestled each other on Sunday night, will now tag team against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Fine. Very straightforward opening segment to Friday Night Smackdown that really did not much to elicit any excitement. Motor City Machine Guns. Tag team match here against the MFT, Tala Tonga and JC Mateo. I swear to God, man, from this point on, I'm not even going to go over the MFT stuff. I can't. I physically can't bring myself to do it. It means nothing. Motor City Machine Guns mean nothing. I love Alex Shelley. I do. I think they're a great tag team. I think him and Sabin are fantastic. I cannot get behind anything that they're doing. They just come off as nobodies. Literal nobodies. The MFT stuff, it is dangerously close to the Death Rider stuff. Dangerously close. The only thing is I enjoy Solo more than I do Jon Moxley. That's it. Everybody else could not give a single fuck about. Complete nothing. Completely nothing. We got the MFTs to win here. Double super kick from Sabin and Shelley. Took out Mateo. Tala Tonga got involved. Prevented Skull and Bones with a big boot to Shelley on the top rope. He then chokeslammed Sabin for the 1-2-3. This seemingly sets up Tala Tonga and JC Mateo as the next challengers for the Wyatt Six. Wow. Man, I can't wait to get fake excited about that! After the match, Solo Sikoa got on the microphone and declared that he and the MFTs were what greatness looked like. If you think what you saw on Sunday night with Solo and Jacob Fatu was greatness, you may be the dumbest motherfucker in the entire community. He said that what we're looking at is soon-to-be tag team champions and the most dominant United States champion in WWE. Yeah, that's why he lost. That's why he lost to Sami Zayn tonight. Solo said he was feeling good and ready for a fight, but the problem is that nobody wanted to fight him. He said that this was the last place he wanted to be. Let's get out of Montreal and go celebrate. Nick Aldis interrupted him and found someone who would also be ready for a fight tonight. Someone being a person that Solo knew very well, and one that Montreal knew very well. Sami Zayn came out, got a huge ovation from the crowd, and this was nothing more than getting a hometown guy in front of his people, just to get a moment. There's that moment. We live for the moments on WWE television. Bro, I don't care how good Sammy is. I don't. I don't. We know Sammy. When he wants to go, man, Sammy's one of the best they got. Sammy's great. I mean, I'm pushing for Sammy to win the Rumble and go on to WrestleMania to be the one to take down Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. You guys might see that differently and may want Punk, which is fine. Either way, I don't care. I love Sammy. One of my favorites in the entire company.
Me too.
How can you expect someone to care about something that we have been given for years? And you want me to care about this again in 2025? Bro, I don't care if Sammy won presidency and became the president of fucking Canada. I don't care. Nobody wants to see Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn one-on-one. Nobody. Nobody. Give me a break. I said on Sunday, I would do anything to never see another MFT segment or Bloodline segment feuding with their own family again. And here WWE, it's like they troll. Here they do. Us Solos on the show. We'll give you a tag team match, and we won't have it be against Jimmy and Jacob Fatu, but we'll give you a match with Solo where he wrestles somebody that he's been in a feud with basically for the better part of 2 years. Great. This match means nothing. What does it mean? What does it mean? Sammy pins Solo after he just went on the microphone and said that he's the greatest United States champion in company history. He loses to Sami Zayn. So what does this mean now? Sammy just feuded with Karrion Kross. He ended that feud coming off of Monday Night Raw, which, by the way, is the brand that he's associated with. He's now wrestling Rusev come Monday. And now he beat Solo Sikoa. Does this mean now Sammy is moving to Friday? Is Sammy now in line for a United States title match, being that he pinned the champion? What are we doing? Or am I not allowed to ask these questions? Solo looked to win this match with the Samoan Spike, but Zayn turned that around and got a surprise roll-up after some interference here because Tala Tonga got on the apron and faced off with Sami Zayn. This opened him up for a super kick from Solo. So when everything kind of transpired, he countered a Samoan Spike into a roll-up and got a big reaction from the hometown crowd. Great. Fantastic, chat. Fantastic. What happens next? I guess we'll find out next week, right? So is Sammy going to be yet another superstar who operates on Raw and SmackDown? No explanation as they continue to treat their audience as if they're unintelligent. We got a promo from the Wyatt Six. Uncle Howdy said that the Wyatt Six would never lead us astray. They have led my interest astray, I'll tell you that. And that when they spoke, they only spoke truth. The Wyatt Six says they woke the SmackDown Tag Team division up to their true reality. This was clear, that this was about something bigger than the titles and that they were going to teach more lessons, and more lessons had to be learned. The Street Profits were watching this on the TV monitor in the medical room backstage. DIY walks in, they get into an argument with the Street Profits, with Tommaso Ciampa calling the Profits a bunch of mother killers for what happened to Candice LeRae. They bickered back and forth until Nick Aldis very predictably walked in and interrupted these two teams. He said that the TLC match did not keep everyone in check, and that he would start by remedying this tag team division next week with DIY versus the Street Profits on SmackDown.
Raising the next generation is one of the
Hold on, this is a commercial.
jobs you can have.
Gotta wait for him to get back in the chat.
That's fine.
Fucking show, to be quite honest with you. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Championship celebration. They had themselves a championship celebration, which happened to fall on Alexa Bliss's birthday. Oh, man. Birthday cake emojis in the chat if you give a fuck about Alexa Bliss. In the ring was a cake that said, "Congratulations, Charlotte. Alexa. Flair tried to pass off as a birthday gift of her own. If they're going to be tag team partners. On what planet is an age 50 plus enjoying this shit and hasn't already turned it off? Who's buying the dolls, Dave? Are those 50 plus signing the dolls? Or buying the dolls and then going to meet and greets and getting the dolls signed? I mean, who's buying the dolls? Do you own a doll, Dave? I've never seen such fabricated manipulation in my entire existence in what is known as the dummy scene. So she pulled out this doll called Charlie. A doll that looked quite similar to Lily, but with blonde hair. Bliss thanked Charlotte for the appreciation, but it wasn't enough. Flair said that she needed something, and Montreal needed something, and that was a hug. Bliss said she didn't know if that was necessary, but Flair beckoned to her partner to give her a hug.
Well, might as well just end the video. I think I made it long enough. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna stop the video. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. I will do Monday Night Raw. I probably should have talked about, well, we know that WWE going to ESPN. I gotta wait for more facts and more details here. JD already talked about it a little bit. I already watched AEW. I did watch NXT. Wasn't that much to really talk about. But until then, I'll see y'all later. Gonna end the video. Been long enough. Until next time, hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section below. Y'all want to see more? I'll see y'all later.